Okay. Okay.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to this short radio call. My name is Paul Barton. I've got today a very special guy who is trying to make training weight training at home on your own safer. But before I ask him any questions, I'd just like to give you a quick overview of what I do. For the last 12 or 13 years, I've specialised in functional carbohydrates, basically using sugars in the form that the body needs to find to impact health and all sorts of other things, but that's a whole other story. I've known Cliff for a number of years, and the one thing that strikes me about him time and time again is his dogged determination. He doesn't give up. And so, with that, I'd really like to introduce Cliff. Good morning, Cliff.
Good morning, Paul.
Okay, well, let's come straight to the chase. We're talking this morning about something called the anak gene. Now, I know that you're passionately sort of behind this. Your brainchild. You created it. But what does it actually do? What is it, first of all, in just a few short words?
Okay, well, the anak gym, it's a portable gym specifically for home usage, designed for the lone home trainee.
Okay, cool. So what does the anak bit of it stand for? Because I know that it stands for something, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay, well, I'll put my teeth in, Paul. It's an acronym, and it stands for Arms, Legs, Emphasis Core Gym System.
Okay, so this is something that is focused on improving, among other things, core strength, but also works on arms and legs. So it's a whole body workout.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's correct, Paul. Yes, it is.
That's great. Well, one of the questions that if I was sort of looking at something like this, is the first question I would ask is, has it been tested and is it safe?
Yes, it has. We tested a prototype to the very stringent British Standard safety tests EN957. It was safety tested up to 220 kilos. They done, what is known as fatigue tests, whereby they put it on a special machine and basically they put it through 12,000 cycles. And we're happy to say that the prototype shaped up. So we now have a British Standard safety certificate.
Okay, so that deals with the basic side of the equipment. But how do we know that it's safe to use?
Well, I mean, I have come at this, Paul, with a focus on what is good for me. And I'm in my 50th year now, and I have suffered from a number of injuries. Back in the early 90s, I was a drayman. So if anybody doesn't know what that is, that's actually going around with the beer kegs and delivering them to pubs and clubs. And back in the day, I'm quite tall. I'm 6 foot. I basically suffered from quite a bad ongoing back problem, which does flare up from time to time. Just recently, back in 2010, I suffered a very severe shoulder injury where I broke my shoulder. And so, I was trying to look for a safer way of training that could sort of facilitate all my injuries, basically, whereby I could train at home on my own and not have to worry about having spotters, and any of that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm pleased to say that it is a safe bit of kit. Um, I don't really want to sort of go into too much detail at this early stage in the interview, but how does that sound?
That sounds fine. Now, is it okay for men and women to use?
Yes, it is, because we have a specially adapted torso pad, which I'm picking my words quite carefully here. But for the more discerning listeners, they'll understand where I'm coming from. It lifts. What we have is a shell which can load up weight plates onto it, but it lifts the torso pad lifts the shell, the interior of the shell away from the chest cavity, if you get what I mean. So yes, ladies can use it.
Okay, now that brings another question to mind. Clearly, this is sort of some. It's almost like it sounds almost like a rigid metal. I'm assuming here sort of a rigid metal sort of jacket that you put on. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think you could describe it as that. Yes, it's really an upgraded weighted vest. So yeah, the principle of putting it on, wearing it. Yeah, I think that's probably a good description. Yes.
They make a film about that. Iron Man or something.
Oh well, Paul. I don't watch the films you watch. They may well have done, but
Okay. Just in the back of my mind, I'm just wondering if there's somebody that's sort of got a very large sort of upper torso. How is this sort of shell going to fit? Does it need to be adjusted to suit the size of the person, or expand on that a bit?
yeah, sure. Okay, well, it's made out of sheet metal, Paul. Um, and one of the tests that we did do was part of the shell design is upholstered. That we've had upholstered pads, and the suppliers that I got to make up the pads. One of the lads there is 23 stone at 6 foot. Um, and well, he's a big lad. He's an ex. I think he played full back or left back or something in rugby, but a big lad. And I mean, I'm 6 foot and 15 stone, so I wouldn't sort of classify myself as a petite, you know. um, but he put it on, and he had it on for probably 10 to 15 minutes. We do have an upper limit of if gents have got their chest sizes over 50 inches, which is pretty big, then we can adjust the pads. So the shell actually does expand. It does sort of mould to the larger gents' chest sizes. So we would say anything under 50 inches, you're going to be okay. Anything over 50 inches, just let us readjust the pad sizes for you, and you'll be fine.
That's great. Now, I've seen a few people sort of in gyms using what I would describe as a weighted vest. They stick these sort of 10 kilograms sort of circular weights in pockets, strapped down with straps. Well, it always looks really, really uncomfortable. They always seem to move around a lot. How is your system actually different from that?
What, from the current weighted vests?
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, the current weighted vests, I know exactly what you mean, Paul. First off, I have talked about this before. The heaviest duty weighted vest that I've researched that's currently on the market, I think, is about £100. So converting that into UK figures is about 50 kilograms, 50, 60 kilograms. Well, the first thing is our unit goes up to a massive 220 kilograms. One of the things that I said earlier regarding comfort and the fact that I have this shoulder injury now, which will never repair itself fully. One of the things was total comfort, and in the initial stages, the initial prototypes, we needed to sort of go back to the drawing board and work on the comfort side, specifically across the shoulders. And I'm happy to say that I think we've cracked that one. It's a very comfortable bit of kit to wear. I mean, if I can wear it without grief, I think we can confidently say that. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, there's a couple more questions I've got for you. I know that you can see this sort of piece of equipment in use on YouTube. And if you go to the site with iicrew.com, there's a whole load of videos there about seeing it in use both inside and outside. But if somebody wants to try one of these things, is there anywhere that they can go and do that, or how do they get to try one to see if they like the idea of it?
Well, look, I mean, let's thank you for that question, Paul. Let's kind of like apply some sense and sensibility here. If you're UK based, then it's easier, isn't it? I mean, if you're in United States or Canada or in Europe, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. At the moment, we do have a headquarters in the West Midlands, so it's really down to the person, really, and their sort of commitment to come to us. But you can, via appointment, come to us.
Okay, so how would they get in contact with you?
Well, they get in contact via email or give us a call, telephone call.
And those details are on the website?
Yes, they are, yes.
Okay, so there's a contact form on the website and there's a telephone number. Actually, there's an address on the website as well, so you can use all manner of methods to contact them.
Yes.
Well, Cliff, that's fascinating, and I'm sure you've talked about that for ages. I've got another question for you, really, to wind up with. What's coming beyond the Alex gym? Because I know that you've got loads of ideas. Can you give us a sort of a little flavour as to what you're working on for the longer term future?
Sure. I categorise myself, I guess, as a fitness equipment inventor, and there are a lot of ideas in the pipeline, equally innovative. What we're trying to do is to invite interested people that enjoy their fitness, that would like to retrain and become an online fitness trainer, basically, using our bit of kit and future bits of kit that we will bring to market. Just to give you a little taster, we are currently working on an idea for a neck strengthening apparatus, which again, it's the thing of it, the real sort of meat and potatoes of it is keeping you safe. We do have another exercise that we specifically going to be working for our hamstrings. So there's a number of really exciting projects that we're going to be bringing in, and basically we want to get people on board that want to come along with us for the journey onto success.
Fantastic, Cliff. Well, look, I think we'll wind up with a few sort of here now, but it's been really interesting, really informative. And just to remind people, if you want to go and have a look at this piece of equipment in action, go to iicrew.com. page on the website. And you can also find the telephone number, and also if you want to write us in, I'm sure they'd be happy to receive your letters and communicate accordingly. So thank you for that, Cliff, and for everybody that's listening and going to listen to this in the future, we'll sign off now and wish you all the very best.
Bye for now. Thank you, Paul. Bye-bye.